I'm going to show you the fastest way to get bonds in Dead Rails. So what you're going to need to do is get the conductor class. You can do this without the conductor class, but it should be the first thing that you buy when you get 50 bonds. Then you're going to create a party. You can make it whatever size. The fastest way is going to be solo unless your friend actually follows you really closely and plays along with what we're doing here. But I'm going to do normal party size 1. Eventually, you're going to want to do nightmare because there's more bonds for finishing it. But normal is fine for the beginning, or if you're playing on phone, you might always want to do normal because its controls are just so bad on this game for phones. Now, if you're trying to get bonds fast when you first spawn and you want to actually get out of town as quickly as possible. So if you're playing as the conductor, you'll start with 2 coal. You can go ahead and throw that in there, depending on where you spawn. You're going to put this gold in, and you're also going to grab the newspapers over there for a very specific reason. So I'll just show the whole beginning here, because if you can get out of town by 7 a.m., that's great. If you're on a phone, it's going to be almost impossible. You still want to get out as fast as you can. So as the conductor, because the amount of money you have and all this, and the starting coal, you can get a Navy revolver and 2 revolver ammo instead of buying the coal, because you have 2 coal to begin with, and that coal takes you further. Then you're going to want to go get the daily news. This is actually super important because if you do end up having to stop for any reason, if you put them on like I'm going to show you, it'll make it so the zombies can't climb on top of the train. So you want to put them on like wings right there. Put one just right here in case a zombie gets on the back. It could get... Oh my god, I can't stick it there. It'll get stuck on that. And then you want to put another wing on this so that way they can't climb up on top of the train. And then you're good to go. And so now what you're going to do, so let's see what time it is. It's 8 a.m., which is fine. 7 or 8, it's fine. Even 9, it's fine. What you're going to want to do is, because we're the conductor class and we go faster, we can more easily get through the game and get to places that drop bonds. So the first bonds that we get are going to be the most difficult, and then after that, it gets extremely easy to get bonds. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip everything. We're going to go straight to the town, no matter where it is. Now, if you're lucky, it'll be at 4,000 meters. If you're unlucky, it'll be at like 8,500 meters or something. But no matter where it is, you should have enough time if you get out by 7, 8, or 9 to be able to, even at 8,000 meters, get to it and then rob the bank. We're going to be robbing banks. And if you don't know how to rob banks, you're about to learn how to rob banks. So we got a pretty unlucky spawn. It's at 7,500 meters or 8,000 meters, but it is what it is. So on the way in, you're going to scope out where is the bank, and sometimes there's 2 banks. In this case, there's 2. So you're going to stop wherever you need to in order to get the 2 banks, and then you're going to start killing zombies, obviously. You're going to grab... Oh, no, his note didn't... Oh, no, we got really unlucky with that. His note fell through the ground, I think. Yeah, I think his note fell through the ground. Okay, well, there's only one. Oh, wait, no, there it is. There we go. Okay, I'm assuming that's the bank right here on the right. So the mayors or the bankers or whatever, they tend to spawn near the bank that their note is for. So we're going to leave that there, and then I'm going to kind of just throw it over there so I remember which bank that was for. But yeah, they tend to spawn near the bank that they have, that their note goes to. And I got to clear all this out. And so what we're going to do here, this first one, we're going to just clear a path. We have enough of revolver ammo. Because we're the conductor class and we were able to buy all that, you want to buy the Navy revolver as well because it's less ammo to clear everybody out. It looks like nobody's following me, and here we're good. We're going to drop the banknote, and so this is the... Oh, God, there we go. Oh, 53434. So easy way to remember this without having to look back and forth. Put it in 2 numbers. We got 53434. So 53434. So 53434. That just helps like your brain to remember it. Check, because always put your gun out when you come in here, because there'll be zombies in here sometimes. Anyway, we're going to grab the treasury bonds. This is a really bad spawn. There were only 2. And then we're going to grab the bars. It's really important to get this money because it's going to... after the first one, it's going to get so easy. So now this other one, we have this banknote. Oh, there's a zombie in here. Hold on. Okay, he didn't die. I don't know what's going on with the zombie. He's like invincible. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so we got 2 3 4s and then a 1. So 24, 4 for 1. So 2 3 4s and then a 1. So 2 4 4 4 and then a 1. Always have your gun when you go in here because there can be zombies in here. So still pretty bad spawn. There could be up to like 5 in here of the bonds, but it is what it is. There's 4 bonds already. And now we're going to grab all this. And even though there's a church here, you can go loot it if you want. It depends on how fast you're trying to get bonds. But because there were 2 banks, I don't even care about the money because we are all set for the rest of the game now. Because now it's pretty self-sustaining We don't need to pick up any zombies for fuel. We can stick that to the ground. Always stick them to the ground so they don't fall off. And if you need more space, you can drop all your valuables and stick them to the train so they don't fall off. But we are just chilling now. We are totally good. So now what we're going to do, we're going to head to the next town. We're going to sell all this stuff, and there's some specific things we need to buy. And then after that, the bonds are just going to come flowing in. Also, I should have grabbed a few zombies. I accidentally ran out of fuel just short of the town. Kind of awkward. I'll just grab this and throw it in, and maybe that'll get me there. Okay, wow, yeah, that one newspaper actually got me into the town. It was really convenient. So now I'm going to grab this other one, plus the 10 I have. I'm going to head over to the trading post. We're going to sell all these and see how much money we have. So I got $400, and now I'm going to head over to the gunsmith. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to buy a rifle. If I can even... okay, there we go. The game was lagged. We're going to buy a rifle, and we're going to buy 4 stacks of rifle ammo to start us off. And then ideally what we're going to do here, since we've got enough money, if you don't have enough money, you'll just buy one and call it a day. I have enough money, though, from that. I'm going to buy a second rifle. Now, I know this sounds insane, but there's like kind of an exploit in this game you can take advantage of that makes it worth it to buy it. So depending on how much money you have, you can buy more ammo as well. I am lagged out. Oh my god, this server is so laggy. I'm so laggy, I can barely do anything. But yeah, so we're going to buy this much, and then we're going to go check out the general store. So the general store has a helmet, and it also has a shoulder plate, which is great. We're going to buy these because just a little bit of armor makes the game a little bit safer to play. And then we're going to spend the last of our money on 2 more coal, which should get us the rest of the way. I'm probably going to have to burn some zombies at the next town on the way out, like grab a few and then throw them in the train because 2's not quite enough. I accidentally overspent a little, but it's all right. So going to get in here, throw these down, and ideally we're going to leave at night, but it doesn't really matter. At this point, we should have, you know, I have 144 rifle ammo and I have 2. Now, anything you see that gives bonds, you're going to stop at. Now, this is crazy, like kind of lucky and unlucky. There's a fort right here. So anytime you see a fort or the castle, if you feel up to it, do it. The fort's easy. The castle's kind of hard, especially without a horse. So, and I didn't buy any meds. I should have bought 1 bandage, honestly. And if you're playing a nightmare, you definitely want to buy meds. I would have bought less ammo and then bought a little bit of meds, or bought 1 rifle. But you can come here and do Fort Constitution. There's bonds here. Anytime you see anything with bonds at this point, it's easy to do. So we're just going to get in here and clear this. So what we're going to... They normally spawn at the one that's closest to you. And I'm so laggy, I don't even know what's going on. The reason we have 2 is you can reload and then swap to the other one. And the reload will keep happening while you're on the other gun. So that allows you to never have to reload as long as you do it like what I'm doing here. You just shoot it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, something like that, and then swap to the other right. Hit the reload button, and then swap to the other gun, and you can just fire forever. But yeah, so I'm just going to see here, and now, as long as we're over here, and the reason I go to the right side is when this guy spawns over here, we're right next to the supply depot. So that makes things a little bit easier. So now we can start heading over there. There's probably still some zombies in here. You can shoot some through the walls if they're not coming through. Like that, and like that. Okay, and now it looks like it's done, so we can go over here, and there's a supply depot here. You can drag the key in over here, and then inside here, there's a decent number of bonds. Now, on the way out, you got to be careful, because after you kill everybody like I just did, they'll start spawning out by the train tracks here in a second, but we're going to go in here and just grab everything from here just because, like, why not? And also, because of how this works, we're going to get a bunch of free bandages, so that's a nice thing to get here. Now, like I said, on the way out, we're going to get a free horse because they're going to start spawning out here in just a second. And every one of them out here that spawns in will have a horse. So we're going to kill them, take a horse, and then we're going to stick a horse to the side of the train. Unless I get out of here before they spawn. Now, here we go. Okay, so it's so laggy, dude. It's so laggy. I'm so lagged. Okay, there we go. Need to get on a horse. So ideally, actually, I want to take a bag, and I want to put one of the live horses in a bag. It's really helpful for saving time later on for different things. So we're going to head over here. And what we're going to do here with the horses is we can take one horse and stick him to one side. And then we take the other horse and stick him to the other side. And that way, no matter which side of the train we have to leave from, there'll be a horse on either side. So now we're good there. That was some easy bonds. And now we're just going to go to whatever the next thing with bonds is and go do it. And then go back, like, get back to the train. Repeat, repeat, repeat. I think this is him in the yeah, he was in the sheriff's house. Okay. It's because of that, it's nighttime. So you gotta be real careful now. Man, this server is so lagged. Oh, there's a bond in here. That's really rare. Okay, let me make sure I got the note. Okay. And at nighttime, always look up to make sure it's not a big moon. That's a normal size moon. If it's a big moon, it means it's werewolf night. And if that's the case, you gotta be really, really careful. Anyway, we're gonna try to do this even though it's nighttime. So, oh, it's so lagged. Let's see. I can't even grab the note. Okay, man, this server is so bad. Sometimes you get this. When you get bad servers, it's going to slow you down a lot. So it's 46563. So 46563. Okay, and there's nothing in here. Man, this is pretty unlucky. There's only one bond in here. There were 2 bonds in the town, though. But anyway, what you'll do now, regardless how many bonds are in here, you're just going to pick everything up, and then you're just going to fight your way back to the train. Depending on if you're on a phone, you might want to be a little bit more careful. But yeah, we're just going to head back to the train, and then we're just going to move on, sell all that, buy some stuff, and then we're going to move on to the next bank. So we made $290. We're going to go in here, and the main thing we're just going to buy now is rifle ammo until we have, I'm trying to think, until we have $110 left, because we want to save money for 2 coal and 2 snake oils. We want some snake oils just for safety. You're definitely going to want snake oils for safety. I might even leave a little bit more so I can get like 3 pieces of coal, actually. So yeah, we'll go at 140. But yeah, you're going to want to get 2 snake oils and put them on your bar in a way that's easy to access them, because one thing that's going to slow you down is if you die on accident. So you always want snake oils. They're like your go-to life-saving thing here, because you can use them and then keep fighting while they're healing you. And that's going to make a big difference. So I think we'll be good with 3 because I'm playing on normal. And then we're going to go get 3 coal, and then we're going to move on to the next town as fast as we can go. Thankfully, this time, the next town was only 3,000 meters out, so we're scoping out the bank. There's a bank on the right. These big towns sometimes, any of these towns can sometimes have 2. Oh, there's actually 2 banks side by side. But so this one's far enough away, I'm actually going to grab my horse and just try to run over there, save some time. Because at this point, we're rinsing and repeating the same strategy, but we're just trying to go as fast as we can. So when you go to the towns now, you scope out the banks. You just kill what you absolutely have to in order to just get the banks and then get out and repeat. So the first bank is 1 3. What? Who the? Okay, that's what I was saying. First bank is, what was that? 1 3 5 6 4. 1 3 5 6 4. Always have your gun out when you check. Look at these bonds. This was a good one. So we got lots of bonds here. We're gonna grab the gold bars first, and then grab the silver. That way it's easier to drop the silver if we need to. We're going to get out here. We're going to lure this other mare over here while we check the bank. Clear it. Looks clear. Shoot this guy. Take this. Go into here. That's worth money. Okay, let's see. Oh, boy. Well, it went through the wall. Let me just read it through here. 43454. 43454. That's really good. 43454. Anybody in here? Okay, we're good. Only 1 bond, though. Gonna grab these 3 gold bars. Hold on. This is why I said, that's why I said do the silver for like second, so you can easily drop it. And then after that, we can get out of here. I think the bottle's worth more than the silver, so I'm gonna take the bottle and, oh, my horse died. Did I shoot him somehow? Well, that's not good. Well, I'm going to head back now, and we're just going to go back to the town, sell everything, and move on to the next banks. So tonight is the big moon. You can see what about the big moon. Now, werewolves, at least as of right now, they can't climb on the train. That might change in a later update, but actually just to show you here, werewolves are totally chill. If you want to, you can actually shoot them and then collect them for money. I don't need to do that because I'm rushing for bonds, but if you're behind, you need money or something, you can always do that. So now we got a strange one. We got the town of Sterling. Now, this one, I generally don't recommend doing it, but if you have a horse, then it can be worth doing for the bonds. It's just a lot of running, and the bank, like, I really should have bought. What you want to do at some point early on, if you can, is buy a torch and a dynamite specifically for the situation, because one thing that's absolutely not worth it is trying to get the bank from the town of Sterling, because the banknote is split up into pieces, and it just takes like 5 minutes to try to put them together, get them all, and then figure out like what order they go in and stuff. Now, alternatively, instead of going in there and doing the tablets, you can instead just take the dynamite that comes in there, and you can just take it back to the bank vault, blow the bank vault up, and just leave. That could be a faster strategy, but I'll show you how to actually get from inside there, get the banknotes. So we're gonna go in here. There's a jade tablet there, and then we're gonna turn around, and we're gonna go over here to the sheriff's house, office, whatever you want to call it. There's a torch in here. So I guess from the town, if you were in town, you'd only want dynamite because you'll get a torch from this place. So you only need an extra dynamite. But yeah, there's a dynamite back here, and you can instead just blow up the bank with it, and you're good. But if you want to do it from here, you're going to need this and the other dynamite that's in here. So we're going to take this. We're going to take the torch. We're going to light that, and then we're going to pick that torch back up. Now, you probably don't want to take your horse in here. It's really greedy for me to take my horse in here. I'm just feeling like I'm in a hurry. But it's probably not smart. Now, they're going to spawn, like, literally just out of thin air, like, right on top of you, basically. So you got to be careful of that. They all spawn, like, right there in a little chunk and on the other side. So you're just going to wait for a good opportunity where you kill them, and then right when there's an opening, you go back in this corner. There's a jade tablet, and then keep your gun out as you come back around in case they're right here. And then we're going to get back on the horse. Horse is just greed to try and make it go faster. Now we're going to go through here. They can also spawn on our heads right here. We're going to go through here. There's a dynamite right here. We're going to want to pick this dynamite up into our bag. Okay, and then... Oh my god, the horse is so awkward. We're going to go through here now. And then right over here, we're going to take that dynamite, and we're going to put it under this. And then we're going to take, well, there's an extra torch here. So we're going to take this extra torch, and we're going to light that. Okay. Then we're going to head inside here. You can take the mask if you want, but it'll make a bunch of werewolves spawn. I'm just trying to get bonds in this video, so I don't really care. So we're just taking that jade tablet, and we're going to head back over here. Now we're going to turn to the right. And when you get back in this little area, there's 3 barrels. So if you get these barrels out of the way, you'll get back to here, and there'll be this area with this jade tablet here. And did I not get all the jade? Oh, there's other jade tablet. You're going to take your jade tablets, and you're going to put them on here. This also, you get the jade sword. This will lower a thing right here. I'm also going to want that torch, actually. And then inside of here, there's a ton of... Oh, they're on the other side of the wall. I better get away from the wall. I don't know if they can kill me through the wall or not. It looks like they could have. One of the bonds fell through the ground thanks to that, but it is what it is. There's a bunch of bonds, and then we can also grab all this money, and then we can also grab the jade sword. And if we want to, we could actually use the jade sword. It's pretty cool. I think it makes enemies join you when you kill them. There's 50% chance when you kill an enemy that it becomes an ally. But yeah, so we're good now. You can also grab any of the, like, gold ore and things like that, but I'm so far ahead, I don't really care. I have enough money. I don't need any of that. It's up to you. But at this point, you're good to go. If you want to, you could have grabbed all the banknotes from in there, try to piece them together and figure out the bank vault code, but I didn't really feel like doing it. Right now, it's just time. You know, we want to get bonds as fast as possible, so I'm not going to go for that. But again, if you have a dynamite, you can go in there. So we're going to get back on the train. We're going to keep moving until the next objective that has bonds. Now I have $685. Inside the general store is a chest plate, which is huge. So I'm definitely going to buy that. Now I'm only missing the right shoulder piece, so that makes me super strong. I'm also going to buy enough coal for the rest of the game now because I'm so far ahead thanks to all that. So I'm going to buy 10 coal. That should get me through to the end of the game. Maybe I could buy more, but if so, I'll just do it in another town if I run low. And then I'm pretty much good to go until the end. I'll buy more ammo until I have... I guess I want to buy ammo until I have... Let's see how much I have. I have 270. I'll buy ammo until I have 400 rifle ammo. And at that point, I'm pretty much ready to go for the rest of the game, especially since I'm already halfway through to the end. So we take our extra coal... And what we'll do is we'll stick it to the ground like this, so that way we still have our bag space. And then, yeah, I'm going to grab some snake oil, grab some ammo, and then we're ready to finish off this run and just grab bonds as fast as we can. We may not even grab the gold anymore. Like, we'll grab it, but we may not even turn it in. We may just leave it on the train. It just depends. We'll grab the gold, we'll put it on the train, but we'll not turn it in unless we actually need the money. This is one of the earliest towns I think I've ever seen. It's like 1,500 meters out. So, as always, on the way in, we're going to look to try to figure out where the bank is. It's not on this side. And is it down the main strip? No, it's going to be somewhere over there. There it is. So we're just going to stop over here. And then we're just going to get in, get out. And yeah, same as before. We're just going to run in and try to find the mayor and turn in the banknote, get the bank bonds, and get out. So I got the note 23465. That's an easy one. 23465. Nobody in here. Good. Grab the bonds. Grab the gold bars. Grab the silver bars, and back to the train. So now we hit something here that, in a way, is optional. If you want to, it's up to you. There's the castle. This will spawn pretty much every time. And the castle has is very difficult if you don't have a horse. But even if you have a horse, the castle can be pretty difficult. So what's the easiest way to do this is you just want to slowly bait them out. I think the way it works is once werewolves in here start spawning, they keep spawning for a certain amount of time. I'm not sure if it's number of werewolves you kill or if it's amount of time, but I swear one time I killed like 25 werewolves, but I did it so fast they kept spawning. So another thing is make sure you have snake oil ready, and that jade sword could come in handy here, actually. We're gonna see if we can get any of them to come out. Yeah, there we go. If you can get them to come out while you're on a horse, that's great. If you're not on a horse, you just want to get them to come out as soon as you can, and then try to run from them, and then just shoot them from a distance. At this point, I have so much rifle ammo that it doesn't really matter. And if you have a horse, it doesn't matter if nighttime comes or not. You just can keep on running around and stuff. But I'm going to keep on trying to run past the entrance like this. I'll just keep kind of just swooping by like this and then turning around, seeing if any of them come out. And if none of them come out, something else I can do that's super sketchy and I would not recommend doing, because especially on a phone, is running through like this and then going around this side area. But if you do that on a phone or even on PC, if you tap the edge of the doorway, you're done. If you tap the edge of the doorway, you're just gonna get stuck. But I'm gonna run around at night. Of course, it's a werewolf night. I'm gonna run around killing werewolves all night, trying to get them out of the castle until this event is done, and then we get in there and get those bonds. So after killing a lot of werewolves, I think they're done spawning. Also killed a lot of vampires, so now you can go in here and hopefully get the bonds. Be sure to have some snake oils equipped in case you miss some and the werewolf just comes running at you. Now, sometimes they can spawn, a bond can spawn behind that barrel. The big thing here is you can get them up here. So we can get one there, we can grab that, we can get that. There's also gold bars, so it's kind of like robbing a bank. Get this one. Whoops. Really hard to grab. You can also take books and set them down if you want. And then, there we go. Got all the bonds. I'm just going to leave my horse here at this point. I have snake oils if I can pop if there are any werewolves anywhere. There's a bond in here usually. There's often a bond over there. And there's a bunch of gold plates there. If you have friends or if you want to take your time looting, feel free. But if you're in a hurry for bonds, then don't bother with it. If it's all about getting bonds fast, forget that. When you get up here, there'll often be vampires. So watch out for them. Even if you cleared everything, there'll still be vampires up here. So grab the bonds. There's a vampire blade in here, which is super OP. It has lifesteal. So if you want to, you can grab that. It's up to you. And then you go to this other side, and there'll be more vampires again. And then there will be bond, a bond, a bond, and a bond. And I think, no, that's not all the bonds. There can also be bonds over here. And then there's going to be a bunch of weapons. You can grab all these weapons, all the bandages. There's turrets if you want them. There's some guns over here, a bunch of ammo. And then you're good. That's everything. So you loot as much as you want to loot. And then you get on your horse and you head back and you keep on trying to get banks and get bonds. I have enough money and coal. I'm actually going to skip this town. We're just going to go straight through and try to get to the next town that has a bank. We're coming up to the next town at nighttime. Awkwardly, there's these outlaws right here, so I'm going to have to stop and shoot them all. Right now, it's werewolf night, so it's not a big deal. But I definitely can't get off the train until the werewolves are done spawning. So I'm going to approach the town. It's one of the gigantic towns. I see a bank right there. And I think that's a bank right there. So that makes this one pretty easy to loot. But I do have to wait till daytime. Like I said, the werewolves, at least on this patch, the werewolves can't get up. So I'm just going to wait. And then once it's daytime, we'll grab all the banknotes. And it's morning. Okay, so we're going to get on the horse, go fast. If you're on a phone, you're always going to want to go slow. But if you're on a computer, you can just kind of get in there and Just go crazy. So we're just going to go crazy and get these banks done super fast. The first bank is 15534. So 15534. We're going to enter with a Balti out. No zombies. We had really good luck with that. Yeah, going to grab all these. Might as well grab the gold and silver while we're in here. And we're going to go try to get the next bank. No. So the next one is 12255. So 12255. Checking for zombies. No zombies. Gonna get those. Gonna grab the gold and the silver. And head back to the train. Because there's usually... I don't think there can be more than 2 banks per town. So if you get 2 banks... after that, I think I generally just leave. I've never seen 3 ever. And again, I'm just going to skip the town, even though I got a ton of stuff I could sell. I don't need it yet. Maybe in the next town. So here's the Tesla factory. You can go in if you need money, but I actually don't recommend doing this one for bonds because it takes a very long time. You have to wait for a wave spawn event, basically. And then you only get 3 bonds usually. So I actually just skip it. It literally takes like 5 minutes to get 3 bonds. I'd rather just keep going. The game just lagged so bad that I actually missed a town. So that kind of sucks. The game lagged, and by the time it came back, I had moved like 3,000 meters, and I just skipped the town. We made it to another town, and it's time to go to the banks and get more bonds. This one is 31554, so 31554. Oh, what the heck? Anyway, inside here we got only 2 bonds this time. Oh, 3 bonds. Take 3 bonds. And then thankfully, there was a little bit of coal out here. I'm going to take that. That way I don't have to stop at a store maybe. Also, grab any glass bottles if you want money. Glass bottles are actually worth a decent amount of money. We're going to move on and go to the next town. I might actually buy or sell stuff at the next town. We'll see. This is actually going to be the last town. So something is, if you haven't done your challenges, you can. They're only 1 time, but while you're doing these bond runs, you can also try to get some challenges done. So this was a new account that I had made. One of the challenges you can get is to have $1,000 at a single time. So I'm going to sell all these and see if it's enough to get 1,000. And with this thing right here, we're at 1,000. There it is. Got 15 bonds just for that. There are a bunch of different challenges you can do like that. You can do killing 200 zombies, killing 50 outlaws, killing 50 werewolves. So there's a ton of different things. Just check them. You can even just, like, when doing these runs, do one on Scorched Earth and just complete it. That'll get you one. And then you can also, I don't know, there's just a bunch of them. But anyway, here's the next town, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look for the banks. We're going to go in. I see the bank right there. Go in, get the bonds, get out, and then finish off the game. Oh, the banks are side by side. That's super convenient. First bank, 64324. So 6, 4, 3, 2, and then 4. Oh, there's a zombie. That's what I was talking about. You find zombies in here. I'm not going to grab the gold. There's literally no town left to sell the gold to after this is the end of the game. And then the last bank is 25154. So 25154. And no zombies again. We got 2 treasury bonds in here. And again, we don't need that money. We literally can't sell it. So now we're going to head back to the train and finish the game. Now, depending on how fast you want to do this, you can approach this a few different ways. So if you don't care about time, the smartest thing to do is stop a little bit short, like right here. You can't even see the guys yet, but you can just start shooting at the turrets with your rifle and just kind of try a few different spots. Do that before you come in, and then they should hopefully be dead. It depends. Sometimes they don't load in correctly, and then they're not dead, but we're going to do that to both of them. Then we're going to move in a little bit closer. We're going to see if they start shooting at us. I'm going to stop right here and take a few more shots just to be safe. Yeah, it looks like that guy was still alive. I think they just loaded in. I'm not sure if he's dead or not, but he's probably dead. He's probably just dead on the turret. Okay, so now we're going to move in to see if he starts shooting. No, he's definitely dead. We're going to get right to the doorway here, and we're going to start shooting at these guys from a distance. I don't even know where that shot came from. If you need a snake oil, you can just go ahead and pop them. Now's the time to use them. We're going to take this guy out. We're going to look for another. I see a guy way down there. If you're on a phone, sniping these guys is almost impossible. And you might have to use a different strategy, but we're going to shoot at this guy till he's dead. Okay, he's dead. And I think that's most of them. Some of them will come out of the houses, I think, when I come in here. This doesn't seem like all of them. Yeah, here come more. So you just want to take them out fast. If you're on a phone, like I said, you can just go a little bit slower. So now what we're going to do, if you're in a hurry like I am trying to go fast, you're going to lower the bridge, and then you're going to loot the house. Why is there... Oh, hold on. Oh, this is awkward. Hold on. I don't know why a werewolf just came in. I don't know where he came from. We're going to take him out real fast, though. Okay, there we go. What we're going to do, if you're in a hurry, you're going to lower the bridge, and then you're going to loot the houses while shooting enemies as they come in. If you're on a phone, I would definitely loot the houses first because it's so hard to aim on a phone. But yeah, you're going to go in here. There's ammo in here, but the main thing we're looking for is the bonds. But while I'm at it, I take the guns and things. There's an achievement to get 31 guns. You could have also bought bought a bunch of guns in the last town if you have a bunch of money. That could have gotten you a challenge that gets you bonds. And then also, there's a challenge for drinking 10 snake oils at once. So you could have tried that in the 7th town before going here and get another challenge done to get more bonds. But yeah, so I'm just going to go through each of these. And then every time I come out, I'm going to shoot at the guys outside. And then keep on looting these. There's a ton of bonds at the end. And then completing this will get you 10 bonds. But if you are playing on Nightmare, you'll get, I think, 20 bonds. So ideally, eventually, if you get good enough at it, especially on PC, you want to only do this on Nightmare. So that way you can get that extra 10 bonds. But it does make the rest of the game harder. So if that's too hard for you, it's not a big deal. It's only an extra 10 bonds. So if it makes it too hard, it's more important to not die than it is to get 10 extra bonds at the end. So I wouldn't worry a whole lot about it. But yeah, we're just gonna keep doing this and then loot the last 2 houses. And then after we loot the last 2 houses, there's another thing. And if you're on a phone, or if you just feel like this is too challenging, this part, then there's something you can do. Well, I just gotta kill this. This is where it starts to get a little bit crowded. This is where having 2 rifles is very nice. We're gonna get in here, loot this last house. And then if you are on a phone, or if this is just too much for you, then what you can do instead of doing any of this, you can loot the houses first, and then you can go to this bridge. You can go to either side, and you can go up the bridge, and then you can go all the way to the back. Now, if it's nighttime and there's a thunderstorm, there's a chance you get hit by lightning, and that's terrible. But if there's no lightning or thunderstorm, you're good. And then once you're back here to this little corner, sometimes the zombies make their way up, but you can always go over here and then they can't. But then the people on the bottom can shoot you, so it just depends. Generally, it's best to just be like right here. Just be careful not to fall in the water. It's very easy to fall in the water on phone and die. But yeah, once you're up here, you just chill. until the bridge is done lowering, and then you beat the game, you get your bonds. And 2, 1, 0, and there we go. So that's like a perfect run. If you get real fast at that, we're talking like 40 minutes per run, maybe, if you have the conductor class, because you go faster with the conductor, and then you get a ton of bonds. So if you look at the left, I have 148 bonds. I only had like 3, I think, at the start of that, so almost 150 bonds per run. So you could realistically get, if you got really fast at it, probably 150 bonds per hour. That's what I'm going to put in the title of the video, I guess. But yeah, I just want to make this guy, I know it was a little long, but hopefully you stuck it through. Hopefully it helped you out, guys. Now you know the fastest way to make bonds in Dead Rails.